What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot of interesting things to cover in today's video and a lot of great plays. To start off, the S&P 500 made brand new highs today. We saw a ton of buyers fly in and just bring the market up. Stocks like Corsair boomed out of nowhere, and even stocks like Tesla had a nice day today. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. We have some solid plays for tomorrow and some pretty important news. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, what happened in the market today?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of interesting stuff. Like you said, Tesla had a great day, surprisingly, staying up above $700 and really flying to the upside. And we had some hype stocks do well today. We had AMC actually rise up 6%, and they were actually popping up very well early on in the morning. As I'll show you on this 1-minute chart here, you can see how AMC right at open just started flying way up. And man, it was looking like the hype was regenerated today with AMC, GME, and a couple of these other stocks. But you know, some of them didn't really play out the way people were expecting. We actually saw Clover Health actually tank off at open today, while some of the other ones were rising like AMC. So some worked and some didn't. It looks like BBIG, which was talked about a lot yesterday, ended up tanking down today as well. And it's a pretty bad thing to see them move like that. But in the end, it was great to see AMC and GME move like that. It's been a while since they've been kind of breaking out. And, you know, they moved off that $40 support on Friday, and it was just a really good bounce.
You know it. And then, Tom, I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this Tesla action. You know, like for the past couple months, it's just been stuck in the mud, not really moving, but we're in like a pretty nice uptrend right now. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it actually looks really good. And the thing that I really like about Tesla that gives me renewed confidence in them is how they passed up above $700, and then they came back down and retested it, tried to break back below it, but failed to do so. And now for 2 days after that retest, we've had two very solid green days. So I think that's a really good sign. And we're also just breaking up. Like we closed really strong today on Tesla. We're at the high of day right now in after hours, which is awesome. And it just seems like there's a lot of momentum coming back into them after they were down a lot for the past few months. Like we can look on this daily chart how Tesla's pretty much been doing nothing for the past few months, like I just said. And it's just nice to see it finally breaking out. And I would think if we could get a nice breakout tomorrow up above like 732, I think we'll see a really solid move up. And man, we could actually have a pretty good runner tomorrow. It ran 2.67% today, but honestly, I just love Tesla's setup here, both on the intraday charts and on the daily. On the intraday, I love how it closed really strong up there at the highs, and it just looks really strong heading into tomorrow. And one thing that the one thing that caught me off guard today, Mike, was that Tesla flew up very well, but NIO kind of underperformed a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And then, Tom, you know, we all know Tesla is one of those stocks where when it moves up, like a lot of people just like jump into it, and like the moves get they move like exponential, you know? So definitely keep Tesla on your radar. And then I saw PayPal just exploded out of nowhere. What's the news with this one?
Yeah, this news caught me really by surprise today. And I know PayPal, they actually got into cryptocurrency a little while ago, but today, according to CNBC, they're announcing that PayPal is going to start doing investments with stocks. So like they're going to allow consumers to somehow buy stocks using the PayPal platform, which is awesome. But the best part about this deal is that they're actually hiring a brokerage veteran, Rich Hagan, who used to be with Ally Invest, and he apparently is now the CEO of something called Invest at PayPal, which is an unreported division at PayPal up until apparently today. So that's really good news. And hopefully Rich Hagan really helps PayPal out. I know Ally Invest was pretty big for a while back whenever he was there. So hopefully he helps PayPal. And that's a great thing to see them kind of getting into this market. You know, we have like Robinhood, Webull, and a couple other people that are generally good for like starting apps if you're looking for like a good brokerage to kind of start on it with investing. And hopefully PayPal ends up being pretty big, because I know that Cash App's even getting into it, and a few other ones too.
Good stuff. And then speaking of Robinhood, they tanked today. What's going on there?
There was actually some really bad news for Robinhood, and this might make a lot of you guys happy. Hopefully a lot of retail traders are just joyous at this news, but Robinhood tanks in after hours, or tanks at the end of the day here, after the SEC chair tells Barron's that banning payments for order flow is a possibility in the future. So that's a big thing. Anytime that they talk about banning payment for order flow, obviously that's going to hurt Robinhood. They sell our data nonstop. So if you're a Robinhood user, chances are your data has been sold to somebody by them. And man, they make a lot of money. I think it might not be the majority of their revenue, but man, they make a lot of revenue doing that. And obviously that's going to send their stock down with all those reports with how much activity they have doing that.
For sure. And the thing is, like, all brokers nowadays, for the most part, sell your orders to other institutions. So, whether it be TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or Robinhood or Webull, they all do it. So, I don't know, that can affect a bunch of different broker stocks. So, that is definitely going to be very interesting there. But let's get right into our member of the day. Today's member of the day is Kilo 1010. So huge shout out, Kilo. You're always asking great questions and you're an active member in the chat. So you definitely deserve a shout out. Huge shout out, Kilo 1010. Thanks for being a great Discord member. But Tom, it is now time for the momentum plays for tomorrow. And you already know the first one, Tesla.
Yep. And with Tesla, go ahead and make them break out above 732. Kind of like I said earlier, if they are up above 732, then make them break 733.
Sounds great. And with the next one, we have Corsair. And this one is also to the upside. And this one literally exploded intraday. And there's not even any major news with it.
Yeah, that's really crazy to me. We were looking all over for that news and we just could not find the reason why Corsair popped. So if anybody finds out the reason, let us know in the comments down below. Keep in mind some articles might come out between now and then, but either way, let us know in the comments, but make them break out above 28.83, the high of the day today.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm sure an article will be posted pretty soon because at least at the time of the recording, there's no article. And then with the last one, we have SYF, but to the downside.
Yeah, Synchrony Financial, really interesting here, but make them fall below 49.30 to the downside. And man, this one really fell off to the downside today, had a pretty bad 5% drop.
Alrighty, so we're watching Tesla and Corsair for potential day trades tomorrow to the upside, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. And we are watching SYF for a potential day trade to the downside tomorrow, only if it breaks below the level Tom listed. But it is now time for the $8 million trade for this week, and that is with Tesla. We are looking at the Tesla 700 strike puts that expired this Friday. And I'm definitely going to say the smart money is shorting these puts. They're over $30 out of the money, and they're weeklies, and Tesla has some pretty good momentum.
Yeah, this is a lot of momentum here on Tesla. I would say they're shorting them as well. 700 is pretty far, and then that's also going to be a pretty good support. So at the same time, sure, if Tesla just flies down tomorrow, those puts might go up in value. But if we bounce off of 700 and go back up, those puts will obviously end up going down. So I would think that they're shorting them as well. That $700 level, I think, will be really key right now. And I love how you said Tesla has all that momentum. Just look at it on the 1 minute chart. Even in after hours here, we're at new daily highs.
Good stuff. So let's get right into the comments from the previous episode. With the first comment, we have Philip mentioning QCOM, so Qualcomm. I know this one had a pretty awesome day on Friday, and it's holding its ground pretty well. What do you think with this one?
I like it to the upside. It's one of my favorite chip stocks. It's pretty hard to say. They've actually came up to resistance today around 148 and then went right back down. So it's a little hard to say with Qualcomm, but I think I like it to the upside, especially for the longer term. In the short term, anything can happen, but for tomorrow and for the next few days, I think it could have some momentum. Like I said earlier on this morning, it had a lot of momentum to the upside. And then towards the end of the day, it kind of tanked off. So I would say it definitely has a chance to keep going over the next 2 days, but I really like it for the next month or two. I would think that eventually we would end up coming up and breaking 150 and then maybe heading up towards 160. But keep in mind, that's a couple months out. It'll take a little while for that.
Sounds good. And then we have Bravo saying, good show as always. Can you guys take a look at some of these slower moving stocks like MRK and then also MU? So I think MRK looks pretty good for the long term. Of course, it is a slower moving stock. I also like ABBV. And then MU's also at a pretty decent level. Tom, I know you're more into these chip stocks. So what do you think about MU?
I really like it. They've been sitting down here around this $70 support and it's been looking pretty solid. Now they could go down a little bit more in the short term. I also have a support down here around 65. So if they break 70, I would say make them go down to 65. But in the end, I like them for the long term, and they're a pretty good AI stock. And we kind of talked about this in the stream this morning, and AI is just going to be huge for the future. It's already integrated into society way more than people even know. And in the future, it'll be way more integrated. So I think it's great. MU is definitely not going to go anywhere, I don't think, by any means. And for like the next year to 2 years, I think it's a great play. Now, in the short term, they've been going down a lot. So be a little careful. Like if you're playing weekly options or something, obviously you could get hurt doing that. But I would think grabbing shares of them and starting to average in down here is a great way to play it.
Good stuff. So, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, any news, any options, anything you're watching for tomorrow?
I really have my eyes on the crude oil market right now with Hurricane Ida and stuff going on. It's pretty hard to say right now, but oil had a pretty up and down day. Initially in the morning, or last night, I should say, whenever futures open, oil kind of opened up and then just started tanking to the downside. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm sure that Hurricane Ida is going to play a role there. And hopefully everybody's all right down there, really praying for everything there. And then also just keeping my eyes on VXX and the SPY still. There's still stuff going on with Afghanistan. And tomorrow is actually the withdrawal date limit that the Taliban set and the US set. We were initially set for August 31st. And apparently the Taliban said that they won't allow an extension. So we'll have to see what ends up going on. But tomorrow is the last day. And I've heard that there's still a few hundred Americans there. So just keep in mind, those events are not over yet. We could still have some news come out. So always keep that in the back of your mind.
Good stuff. So lots of things are moving right now, Tom. Like we have the SPY breaking all-time highs. It seems like Tesla is back. I know a lot of people are going to be happy to see that. We have some pretty awesome action out of Corsair. And, some of these, I guess you can say hype stocks are starting to move up again. We have AMC trending well. Even some of the old hype stocks like Plug and Workhorse and even Clover are at some pretty low levels. So we should have a lot of opportunities this week. Be prepared, guys. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. And if you're looking to, chat with other stock or options traders, or if you just need help trading or anything, click that first link in the comments down below. The first link in the comments down below to join the completely free StockedUp Discord. We have an awesome community in there, so definitely check it out. But other than that, thanks for watching.